Hello there, and to all who come to this happy place, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Abby and I upload Disney planning content here on my channel every Sunday and Thursday. If you're planning a trip to a Disney destination, make sure to hit the red subscribe button down below and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about something very exciting, and that is Walt Disney World packages for 2021. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the term vacation package, this is something that Disney has where you can bundle your room, your tickets, and or your dining plan all into one. The only requirement is that a room is included. You can even do it if you're doing just a room. With all vacation packages, you put down a $200 deposit, and then the rest of your balance isn't due until 30 days before check-in. You can also make any changes to your dates, your room type, your dining plan, your tickets. Literally, you can change anything about your trip as long as it's more than 30 days before check-in. If you make changes less than 30 days out, then they will charge a $50 change fee in most cases. So they really are great about giving you a lot of flexibility when it comes to your trip. Now, packages are out now through December 31st, 2020. Today is May 17th, so I am filming this based on knowledge we have as of this day. But the 2020 packages are fully out for this year. Packages for the next calendar year typically come out in June of the year prior. So last year on June 18th, they were released for 2020. Now, with all of the Corona stuff, I am not going to be surprised if it's pushed back and it's not in June this year. However, I am definitely watching it very, very closely and making sure that we are up to date on when these packages are going to come out because they're a big deal. And particularly this year, which I will get to in a bit. But I just happen to have a trick up my sleeve that might interest you for your 2021 trip. We're gonna get to that after we talk about why it's so important to book your trip as early as possible. 2021 is a big Disney year, and that's because it's actually Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. Magic Kingdom opened on October 1st, 1971. So in 2021, on October 1st, it's a big anniversary. There's going to be all kinds of celebratory stuff happening, and the expectation on my end is that the celebration will start on October 1st. Most of the time Disney does that, like with Mickey and Minnie's 90th, they started the celebration on their birthday and then it continued for a year after, just about. So that's kind of my thinking with the year as a whole, is anything after October 1st is when you're gonna hit those celebrations. But that's gonna be a big deal, and it's bringing in a lot of people, and a lot of people are really excited to be there on the anniversary, like myself. But you should also know that that is going to bring with it a lot of crowds, and those crowds will continue into 2022, I expect. So that is going to make room availability a little tricky toward the end of the year, especially in October. The other thing that's going to affect the availability for next year, and is already affecting availability for next year, is all of these COVID cancellations. Now, as of this point, they closed 2 weeks before the end of March about, so we are on like 9 weeks of no Disney almost. So 9 weeks of vacations are getting pushed back until next year. A lot of my clients have moved their trips back, or either toward the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So room availability is already taking a huge hit for next year. So if you have a particular room type that you're looking for, or a resort, then getting something on the books as soon as possible is so important. The next thing to consider is that by booking earlier, you are going to get a lower price. It's the same thing with cruise itineraries. The sooner you book, the lower your price is because of supply and demand. Supply and demand is a basic economic concept that says when there is a greater demand for a product, they can charge more. When there is less of a demand for a product, they can't charge as much because there aren't as many people interested. So basically what that means in terms of Disney trips is that as people start booking more rooms, then the prices are gonna start going up because there are more people interested the closer you get, but there's less rooms actually available. So you wanna get in there and get your reservation made before the prices start going up. The great thing about the pricing is that your price can actually still come down. One of the services that I offer to my clients is to monitor for promotions. And that means that when new promotions do come out, I check all applicable clients' reservations for deals and see if it would save them money. Now, I will let you in on a little secret. All of my clients, for the most part, who book early don't save any money by doing a promotion, because the promotions are based on the current selling price of the room, not what you actually paid. So usually they get the better price by booking early, and if we switch them to a promotion, it would cost them more money. So obviously we don't make that change, but definitely something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that specific room types have smaller amounts of rooms, and if they're more popular, then they tend to sell out before packages are even released. So if you are shooting for something in particular that you really want to stay there, or you really want that room type, we need to get you booked as soon as we possibly can. Finally, another thing to consider is that the dining date for January is actually coming up pretty soon. It's 180 days before, so that puts it in like July for January vacations. So it is time to like start planning your 2021 vacations, which sounds ridiculous because it is literally May, but that is where we're at. So now that you know why we need to book early, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I actually have a way that I can book your 2021 package right now. I know, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of travel agents actually don't know this, but I am able to book what is called a basic package. And remember when I said that you could have a room only package? That's basically what a basic package is. So I am able to book your basic package right now and then add tickets, dining plan, memory maker later. I can actually add memory maker right now if you want to, which is a good idea because the price could go up on that at any time, and booking something guarantees your price. But anyway, yeah, I'm able to book those right now. I have like a list of people that are already booked for 2021. This is different than in previous years. In previous years, we could only do a room only reservation, which means that it was a whole headache of a process where we would have to cancel the first room and re-grab it under a different deposit and the refund. It was a whole thing, but this year I have a way around it. So if you would like to book with me and take advantage of that, there are some things you should know. The first thing that you need to know is that my quote request form is in the description of this video, and I will also link it in the comments section. I do quote requests a little differently than most travel agents, and if you are curious as to why I take such a different approach with planning trips, then you can check out this video here. But fill out that to the best of your ability, and after that I will send you an email. Now the email is going to depend on how you answered some of the questions. One of the questions on there is asking if you would like to take advantage of this early booking opportunity. If you are, I will reach out to you to further discuss the details of your trip so that I can call Disney with as much information as I need to really get to the essence of what you need out of your trip. The other option is that you don't want to book early, you want to wait for the full package release, which is totally fine. You want to see the full price of your trip before you actually book it. Then I will send you an email just letting you know, yes, I have you down, we are good to go, I don't need anything from you. But it'll also just let you know that I got your quote request and am tracking it. There's also a question on there that asks if you would like me to put a 3-day hold on your reservation. 3-day holds are great because you don't have to make a decision for 3 days after I would book the room, and you can take that time to think about it before we make the deposit, and it locks in the availability and the price. So no one can take your room right out from under your nose, which happens. Like, I can go in and 15 minutes later I go to actually book something and it's completely gone. It's a lot. So if that's an option that you're interested in, I will email you with my client intake form that just asks me all of the information that I need to know to put that 3-day hold down. The last thing that I will discuss in the email with you is a discovery call, a consultation, whatever you want to call it. It's a phone call where we can talk about the details of your trip. You want to tell me why you're going, you know, any concerns you have so that I can talk to you about those and how we can mitigate them. That is all something that I'm happy to do with you. I don't mind at all. I could talk Disney all day long, clearly. But one thing to keep in mind, and this is not just for me, this is for all travel agents, please do not fill out a quote request form if you do not intend to book with someone. When you fill out someone's quote request form, they take the time to put together your quote and your vacation, and they are not going to get paid for doing that unless you actually book with them and travel. When trips get canceled, such as for Corona, we don't get paid. So by doing quotes that aren't actually going to book with us, we are taking time away from clients that actually will. So please keep that in mind, and don't go filling out quote requests from multiple agents, because we all get the exact same pricing, and the pricing is also the same as the direct Disney pricing if you were to book it on the website yourself. The price of a travel agent is built into your trip whether you use one or not. The question is, are you giving it to Disney or are you giving it to a small business owner like myself? So if you have any questions at all about 2021 packages, make sure to leave them in the comments section down below. The last thing that I did want to talk to you about was if you are planning on going for the 50th anniversary, particularly in the month of October. That booking is going to start opening up this week, and we need to be on that if you want to be there on October 1st, because the rooms are going to go quick and the prices are going to rise very, very quickly. We can book those rooms 499 days before with the same basic package that I was talking about earlier. If you are interested in being there for the 50th, I recommend booking literally the day you possibly can. Now it goes 499 days before checkout. So if you were gonna check out on October 1st, which I wouldn't recommend, I would recommend at least checking out the day after. That booking 499 days before October 1st is May 20th. So that is Wednesday, if I'm counting my days correctly. So booking is starting this week for that celebration. So if you are interested in going for that, make sure to fill out the quote request form as soon as possible so that we can get you what you need. I would also recommend that for anyone in the month of October into November, December. November, December, it's not so important. I don't think. It will still be busy for the celebration, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as like the first 2 weeks of October. October is historically a busier month in Disney anyway, because it used to be a dead month. So everyone said, oh, no one's ever there in October, and now literally everyone and their brother goes in October. It's fine. I go in October too. Like it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's my recommendation to you if you want to be there for the 50th. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me. My email is in the description. It's abby@friendlikemetravel.com. And you can also just fill out my quote request form, set up a phone call, anything like that. I'm very easy to get in touch with. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so that I know you liked it, and share with a friend who is thinking about going to Disney in 2021. If you haven't already, hit the red subscribe button down below and tap the notification bell. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!